Alrighty, so we have Laureano Staropoli versus Jamie Pickett. So Jamie Pickett has a 1 inch height advantage and a sizable 8.5 inch reach advantage. So for Staropoli, he's coming up from 170. He is probably going to have the speed advantage over a lot of these middleweights, but he is a little bit undersized for the division. So Staropoli, he is in and out with combinations quickly. He frequently switches his stance, competent in either stance. He can get a little sloppy at times though. He's best when he's moving a lot, when he's setting everything up, when he's not just brawling, And a good example of him at his best would be the Thiago Alves fight, where he was moving a lot, walking Alves onto his shots, and just really punishing Thiago Alves. But he has a nice naked snap and jab, covers a lot of distance when he does want to close, the distance and throw a big, step in 3 to an overhand right or a 3-2. But, with that kind of style, he can overextend on his punches quite a bit because he does try to put a lot behind it and he does wing a lot of his punches. And also these explosive movements, these explosive actions to close distance often need him, leave him needing to clinch often, which is not necessarily where he wants the fight to be. So just needs to work that out of his game. But he will pressure heavy if necessary, like in the Salikov fight. I think in the 3rd round or maybe late 2nd round as well, he started to pressure heavy because he knew he was down the scorecard. So he will do that if it's necessary, and I feel like it should be the game plan in this one because I don't think Pickett is very comfortable with pressure. So Pickett is a southpaw. He is mostly throwing singular strikes, rarely lets his hands go. But what he does, he seems to find success. Like if he chains together more than a 1 or 2 punch combination, which he really does. But every time he does, he seems to find a finish or find a moment in the fight. But he just rarely does it really. Mostly it's the straight left or a side kick to the body. Honestly, he seems a little afraid to be hit, in my opinion. He always has these big reactions, big movements to avoid strikes, always backing up, constantly on the back foot. He's reaching for the clinch when his opponents get close, but he doesn't have a good clinch game, so why are you clinching up? It's just because that's his instinct is to clinch up and not let the opponent get in the pocket and stuff like that, but often leads to him getting taken down or something like that. So yeah, it is what it is. But Staropoli has nice kicks. I forgot to mention this kicks of Staropoli. That's probably his main weapon, honestly. The body kicks, the high kicks. Nice kicks, Staropoli. Break down the grappling for these two. So for Jamie Pickett, he goes for the double leg on the fence or a reactive double. Mostly the double leg. If he gets Staropoli down, he's probably going to have a hard time holding Staropoli down. Staropoli is quite hard to pin on the mat and really get some top control on. He will give his back to get up, but Pickett, he's not a huge back taker or anything like that. So it is what it is. I had these guys win fights. So for Staropoli, good cardio, good volume, good get-ups, good shin. Had these guys lose fights. So for Staropoli, it's when he faces more technical strikers than himself, like Tim Means or Muslim Salikov. Also, he has a tendency to be sucked into a brawl with less technical strikers. So it's just it's kind of the worst of both worlds, if you know what I mean, because when he does have the skill advantage, he will devolve into this brawler, but then when he doesn't have the skill advantage, he won't brawl. How these guys lose for Jamie Pickett, I think he's a flake. Athleticism and physical advantages are only going to take you so far. But if you're really super afraid to be hit and maybe find another profession, I don't know, one that doesn't involve getting punched, because I think he obviously has an issue with that. If you watch him, he just seems super uncomfortable when he's pressured, super uncomfortable getting hit. So yeah, maybe, I don't know, just new profession, something like that. Also doesn't seem very physically strong. He gets thrown around quite a bit in his fights. So yeah, pass to victory for these two. So for Jamie Pickett, I guess grab the body lock and just hold on to it, like Roman Dolidze. But no. Well, probably, yeah, but also just the fence clinch and just control him against the fence. He's had trouble with people just controlling him against the fence in the past, so obviously is a path to victory there. For Staropoli, heavy pressure game. Get reactions from your feints. When you feint, he's going to react big time, and then you can close the distance and go from there. But really just, yeah, put it on him once you do get in the pocket, or if you have him trapped against the fence, just really, you know, put the pressure on, put the burners up. Don't engage in the clinch if he tries to clinch up, just engage immediately and then, you know, get back a distance, blast, body kicks, high kicks, no spinning shit, you know, back fist or spinning kicks, you know, just opens you up for the takedowns and other stuff. So it's just low percentage techniques. It's just not, it's not the move in 2021, and especially with your job on the line. So how I see the fight going, a lot to play for in this one. Obviously, loser most likely losing their job within the organization, so you know these guys are going to normally try and leave it all out there. Well, like, I know Staropoli will, but I don't know about Pickett. I think Staropoli is going to take it to him on the feet, just kind of batter him from the opening bell with kicks, combinations. Either, I think it goes two ways, either he overwhelms Pickett with an onslaught of offense and Pickett just kind of covers up and waits for the ref to step in, or Pickett shoots for a desperation takedown, a desperation clinch attempt, but the technique isn't great, but potentially could get Staropoli down because he is going to be much bigger than Staropoli. But I don't expect him to do anything with the takedowns. You know, size advantage is the only thing going for Pickett here, but he doesn't seem overly strong, so it wouldn't surprise me if Staropoli even muscled him around in the clinch quite a bit. Just wouldn't surprise me at all, honestly. Pickett rarely throws more than one strike at a time, and since he's so focused on not getting hit, he generally falls behind on volume. So I think Staropoli is going to double or triple up on the volume of Pickett, and that's probably going to win him the fight if he doesn't get the finish early on, or later on. Just if he doesn't get the finish, he has the volume to fall back on, whereas Pickett doesn't really. I think the UFC have given Staropoli a layup here, since they obviously like him. You know, he's lost 3 in a row, he's missed weight for one of those fights, but they're still keeping him around and not feeding him to like some huge prospect, which is what they usually do to guys that are on like a 3-fight losing streak. Instead, they're giving him a really easy dub against like this can-crushing flake in Jamie Pickett. So they obviously like him, but yeah, let's have a look at the betting lines then. Alright, so if you guys could please like the video, that would be awesome, really helps out a lot. Prediction is Staropoli by TKO. Yeah, I think the line is basically correct. You know, Pickett's going to have a pretty big size advantage, so I don't really want to play that money line on a guy like Staropoli, even though I do like his style, and I think he does win here quite easily, but it's just not the type of dude I want to pay minus 250 on. I'm more going to look at inside the distance, like Staropoli inside the distance. I think there's a very good chance that Pickett just kind of crumbles after Staropoli just kind of bum rushes him and like just, you know, overwhelms him with combinations. I feel like Pickett would just, you know, quit. So if I can get that at like $3.30 or plus 230, then I'll be betting that. You know, fight doesn't go the distance. I feel like that should be not plus money, but yeah, because, you know, Pickett can win. He's a big guy. He can land a huge shot or, you know, something like that. So I feel like that should be, you know, not plus money. But I'm gonna wait for the Staropoli inside the distance line and see if that's, you know, preferable to this price here.